My name is Larissa, and just really delighted to be with you every morning, just enjoying and appreciating this Sangha, this community that we get to be a part of. So thank you each for being here, supporting each other. And as we get situated, as always, just taking these couple of moments in the beginning to just settle into your body, check in, see what's going to give you that balance of effort and ease. And every day might be slightly different, but of course, it's helpful to work with our habits and rituals. Habits can be so helpful so we don't have to think through every single decision, but also giving yourself permission to make adjustments, shifts, and changes so that you can support yourself to the best of your ability. You're welcome to close your eyes at any point or just setting your gaze downward, softening our brain's desire to go external and working with our heart's desire to stay here and to tend to yourself. That we need both the external and the internal tending. But because we're so oriented towards the external, it's important that we just practice here. Just going inward, tending, and just giving ourselves a bit of time to notice how it is that we feel, what it is that we're experiencing. This very often throughout the day, people say, "How are you?" And we say, "I'm fine, I'm good." And that may be true to some degree. And it might not be the right time and place to get into the whole experience of who you are and how you're feeling. But we'll take a few moments this morning to do a three-part check in. And before we get to that, just beginning with settling into your body. Sometimes it takes a good 5 minutes just to invite your brain to slow a little bit. And that's okay. We don't need to rush to be still, just like we don't need to rush to the next thing. I'm just curious, what does it feel like the parts of my body touching my chair or my cushion? That foundation of support beneath me. And that gentle expanding and softening of my ribs as I breathe in and out. Just noticing layers of sound, layers of silence. Just noticing the present. And as we continue settling, so we can start to notice the koshas. That word means vessel or sheath. It's these five bodies that we exist within. And truly, there's a multitude within this physical form that you exist within. And this physical form that carries us around on this earth. We have our energetic body, our thinking and emotional body. It's our wisdom body, different than just knowledge, but our intuition lives in there. And we always carry with us our bliss body or our ease body. It's not separate from us, not something we have to go out and find. But as we slow down and just stay with ourselves, there's a lot to notice. There's a lot to experience. There's layers of thinking mind that come and go. sometimes linger, sometimes get a little sticky like Velcro. As our energy is always moving and changing. When someone says, "How are you?" at 2 p.m., you might have a different answer than you do at 6 p.m. I think it's delightful to know that we're ever changing. So I don't have to be just one human all the time. I can be messy and I can make mistakes and I can be loving and caring and I can carry anxiety and hold it with tenderness and not make it wrong. But impermanence can also be challenging because our brain wants to know. People want to know your 5 year plan. You might think what's going to happen in 10 years, and we can get stuck in some worry or some fear or some excitement. But truly, it's impossible to know. And it can be good to plan and prepare. But when our brain or our ego wants to get into the concrete knowing, it's where we often get stuck in rumination or fear or worry. And so there's some delight in impermanence, some delight in knowing that our energy shifts throughout the day. So we don't have to be that one human that we think we should be. We get to be all of the parts of us. Just take a moment right now and just consider, how is my body? You might notice different parts of your body. My knee feels like this, and my hands feel like this. So maybe it's a word or a phrase. So my body feels heavy today. My body feels energized. My body feels hungry. And just noticing, what does my body feel? Spend a little time with that, just noticing the experience of being in your body. From your body, check in with your heart. You might consider that anatomical heart. You can also consider that your emotional space. My body feels like this. My heart or my emotional body feels like this. So again, maybe it's a word or a phrase, or it's a sensation that arises. Just spending time with your heart. How is my emotional body? How is my heart? What do I feel here? And then the third part, body, heart, and emotions. And then your mind. How is my mind today? What am I experiencing? It's maybe a word or a phrase, or again, just a sensation. How is my mind? And as you notice these different parts of you, you start to get to know yourself on a deeper level. And you might not answer every single person that says, "How are you?" with a three-part check in. But if you don't slow down and spend that time with yourself, very often we end up with that answer: "Things are good, I'm fine," or "I'm busy." And someone asked me the other day, "How are you? Are you keeping busy?" And I found myself saying, "Yeah, good busy though." But my heart was telling me something different. My heart was feeling heavy with the weight of the busyness. But my mouth was saying, "Yeah, good busy," as if trying to talk myself into that. And it's not to say that was the right time for me to sort through my own emotions, but because I've done these three-part check ins, it gave me a moment of pause and I reminded myself, ooh, I want to tend to that emotion later when the time is right. Instead of just rushing through, like, yeah, good busy, things are great, even though my heart is telling me there's a weariness that needs tending. And so you might have noticed a difference there. As my body feels stable and steady, my heart feels open, my mind feels a little chaotic. My mind feels dull and sleepy. My heart feels heavy. So my body feels energized. There can be many different experiences within this one body. And that three-part check-in is a way for you to get to know yourself. In the morning when you wake up, sometimes we have a thought like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, oh, I'm so excited for this day. Something good is happening. You're excited for it. And if you spend just a moment with yourself, curious, how's my body? How's my heart? How's my mind? How's my energy? It can help us start to discern and move away from those all encompassing I always, I never, too much busyness on my plate, not enough sleep, and really just tending in the moment. It's how am I really in this moment? And these last few moments here, just noticing again your breath, giving yourself permission just to experience the ease of your exhale. And then start to bring your hands into any of your closing habits or practices. It's contacting yourself. It's remembering how much your hands support you throughout the day. And we'll end with a few loving kindness phrases, just offering back these well wishes to yourself. May I take time to tend to my body today. May I be gentle as I feel into my heart today. May I appreciate all that my mind does for me. May I also invite my mind to rest. And when action is needed, may I choose to move with ease and peace. As always, going slow if you can, taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up. And thank you each for being here, Sangha, community of support. Matthew has recently dubbed us all angels, which I delight in. Thank you each.